my Escalade to the drive-thru restaurant. Ordered my food, it was all wrapped up for me. Got my plastic straw and my styrofoam cup. I ate the food and I gathered the garbage up. And then I threw it away. No, I'm a polluter. What can I say? It's more than a crime. I'm to blame. Oh, I'm a polluter, I'm a commuter, commit me to life. My car, it guzzles gas and spews out toxic fumes. But I love and guts to have my SUV. Let the oil flow, let the fish and whales go. I'm gonna live out my American dream, my American dream. Oh no, don't throw it away. Don't be a polluter. What can we say? It's about time. Don't be to blame. It's our earth. We don't have to kill her. We can save her if we try. Don't be a polluter. Don't be a polluter. Don't be a polluter, polluter, polluter. Oh, stop. Tires are made of petroleum, and when they're burned, they pollute the air and contribute to greenhouse gases and global warming. The number of tires thrown away in the United States in just 1 year, laid end to end, would circle the earth 3 times. The number of full garbage trucks of the waste thrown away in the United States in 1 year would stretch end to end around the earth 8 times. The number of diapers thrown away in the United States in 1 year, lined up, would reach to the moon and back 7 times. The average office worker in the U.S. uses 10,000 sheets of copy paper each year, 4 million tons. Office workers in the U.S. generate approximately 2 pounds of paper and paperboard products every day. In 2008, paper and paperboard made up 31% of municipal waste. The amount of office paper used in 1 year in the United States could build a wall between New York and San Francisco. The average American office worker uses about 500 disposable cups every year, and Americans throw away enough paper and plastic cups, forks, and spoons to circle the equator 300 times. In 2008, the average amount of waste generated by each person in America per day was 4.5 pounds. 1.1 pounds of that was recycled, and 0.4 pounds, including yard waste, was sent to composting. In total, 24.3% of waste was recycled. 8.9% was composted, and 66.8% was sent to a landfill or incinerated. We are moving 1 billion bottles of water around a week in ships, trains, and trucks in the United States alone. That's a weekly convoy equivalent to 37,800 18-wheelers delivering water. Meanwhile, 1 out of 6 people in the world has no dependable, safe drinking water. The global economy is contrived to deny the most fundamental element of life to 1 billion people, while delivering to us an array of water varieties, quote unquote, none of which we actually need. Just like a Kardashian, you can't get rid of me. This is the diary of a water bottle. I'm filling up your landfills. Of the over 31 billion bottles of water sold a year, only about 10% are recycled. That means that 27.9 billion plastic bottles end up in landfills and oceans every year. That's almost as many sisters as I have. Only a few of us are the recyclable kinds of plastic. and only 2 types are worth trying to reuse. The rest are dumped, no questions asked, just like my husband's. Every day, 30 million single-serve, non-returnable plastic containers are discarded. Water bottles, microwave dinners, takeout containers, all used just once before being sent off to a landfill to sit for 450 to 1,000 years. But I'm sure I'll still have a reality show then. Every year, Americans use approximately 1 billion shopping bags, creating 300,000 tons of landfill waste, and plastic bags do not biodegrade. Light breaks them down into smaller and smaller particles that contaminate the soil and water and are expensive and difficult to remove. Less than 1% of plastic bags are recycled each year. They end up in the rivers and streams, and from there they are carried off to the ocean. Once in the ocean, the litter collects with other garbage floating around in islands of trash and slowly deteriorates into tiny bits of plastic. When the small particles from the photodegraded plastic bags get into the water, they're ingested by filter-feeding marine animals. Seabirds are known to mistake these colorful bits of plastic for food and to feed them to their young. Entire species will likely disappear before they learn that plastic is not edible. As these bits float down to the ocean floor, they are eaten by fish, adding a further stress to already overfished populations. Biotoxins like PCBs that are in the particles are then passed up the food chain, including up to humans. Plastics cannot be incinerated using low-heat incinerators like those used at most trash-to-power plants because the combustion creates one of the most deadly gases humanity has discovered, dioxin, which is an organic compound class that includes Agent Orange produced by Monsanto during the Vietnam War. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch is an area of marine debris lying approximately 135 to 155 degrees west and 35 to 42 degrees north. Although it shifts every year and an exact position is hard to tell, it lies within the North Pacific Gyre and it doesn't go anywhere as it's confined by currents. It is an area almost 3 times more than Spain and Portugal combined. Plastic soup consists of both larger and disintegrated plastic objects and particles, both on the surface, in the water column below it, and on the bottom. It forms by currents in the Pacific Ocean, creating a circular effect that pulls debris from North America, Asia, and the Hawaiian Islands. Then it pushes it into a floating pile of 100 millions of tons of trash. Plastic entangles marine animals and drowns them. In the patch, small pieces of plastic outweighed surface zooplankton by a factor of 6 to 1 in 1999, and the ratio now may be 60 to 1. Plastic never breaks down into natural substances, but it goes through a process where it splits into even smaller parts which are still plastic. You can calculate how much of the Earth's resources you're using at www.footprintnetwork.org. It's an interactive animated quiz and very informative. My footprint this time is 3.7, meaning it would take 3.7 Earths to sustain us if everyone used resources the way I do. The good news is that this is down from 5.5, which was my carbon footprint 6 weeks ago. You can't throw things away because there is no away. What can one person do? Here are some suggestions. Calculate your carbon footprint at www.footprintnetwork.org. Do not buy bottled water. Do not throw away plastic bottles, bags, and containers. Recycle. Carpool. Ride a bicycle. Take public transportation. Eat less meat or no meat and or fish. Buy organic food grown locally. Use energy-efficient lighting. Join an environmental concern group in your area. Google it. Visit websites like Helen Caldicott and Al Gore's. Read books, If You Love This Planet, A Plan to Heal the Earth, and Our Choice. Take a class. Here are some resources for you. ClimateReality.org, IfYouLoveThisPlanet.org, EIAE.org, FCGov.com for Fort Collins. Every city has a website where you can learn about their environmental programs. Thank you for taking the time to listen. If you have viewed this presentation and thought about it in terms of your personal lifestyle and how you are affecting the environment, please post to my Facebook wall, Bonnie Barlow, and tell me about changes you believe you can and will make based on this information. Thank you. By joining together, we can make a difference.